Hello, hi, welcome once again to M5's English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV screen to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay, well let's learn English together. Well, hello again. We're back in the studio, engines ready. So let's jump straight in to today's lesson. Okay now, do you remember what we learned yesterday? You don't? My God, how is that possible? You're right, it's not possible. You can't have forgotten yesterday's lesson that quickly. Okay, well, just to make something we looked at yesterday. What, which, and who. Now, let's practice using what, which, and who. In the following questions, we have to decide which question word to use. What, which, or who. Did you talk to on the phone just now? Way should we turn at the traffic lights? Left or right? Day is your birthday on this year? Is more expensive, a Rolex or a Tag Heuer? Kind of dog have you got? I've got 4 dogs. Dog is your favorite? Okay, so let's look at the answers together. The first one is who. Who did you talk to on the phone just now? What about number 2? Well, there's a choice, isn't there? So the second answer is which. Which way should we turn at the traffic lights? Left or right? And number 3. What about number 3? Well, number 3 is what? What day is your birthday on this year? Okay, good. What about number 4? Well, again, in number 4, there's a choice. So the answer is which. Which is more expensive, a Rolex or a Tag Heuer? And the last one? Well, number 5 has got 2 parts. The first part is what. What kind of dog have you got? But when we hear the answer, I've got 4 dogs, then the second part means that we have to use which. Which dog is your favorite? Okay, so we know now how to use who, what, and which. Now, when did we see which yesterday? That's right, when Loretta came into the kitchen for breakfast. Do you remember? Dave made breakfast in the kitchen while Loretta was getting ready in the bathroom. She brushed her teeth and got dressed and put her makeup on. Then Loretta left the bedroom and came into the kitchen for breakfast. Now, Loretta knew which plate was her plate because of the food on the plates. Loretta likes poached eggs and Dave likes scrambled eggs. When Loretta came into the kitchen, she could see 2 plates on the kitchen table. Dave put the plates onto the table. Also on the table, there was some cutlery. A knife and fork for Dave to use, and a knife and fork for Loretta. There was a bottle of ketchup on the table, and a salt cellar and a pepper pot. Okay, so far so good. She didn't know which coffee was hers and which coffee was Dave's. So she asked Dave, which is my coffee and which is your coffee? So, because there was a choice involved, Loretta used the question word which. Good. Now, do you remember why Loretta asked about the coffee? That's correct, a diddly 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 do. She asked about the coffee because Dave and Loretta prefer different coffees. Dave drinks his coffee with sugar, not sweetener, and Loretta drinks her coffee with sweetener, not sugar. Now, I said something when Loretta came into the kitchen. Did you hear it? I said that when Loretta came into the kitchen, she could see 2 plates on the table. Now, what do you think that means? Well, if we're talking about the present tense, I'd say Loretta comes into the kitchen, she can see 2 plates on the table. Okay, we know that we change come to comes for the third person singular for Loretta. But look at the second part of the sentence. She could see 2 plates on the table. So, can in the present is could in the past. Simple. Now, back to the breakfast. Dave made breakfast. He cooked scrambled eggs for himself and he cooked a poached egg for Loretta. Dave laid the table. He put the plates on the table, put the cutlery, the knives and forks next to the plates, put 2 glasses onto the table, made the coffee and poured the coffee into 2 cups. Then he put the coffee cups onto the table, too. Dave also put the salt and pepper onto the table. The salt is in a salt cellar and the pepper is in a pepper mill. After Loretta brushed her teeth and washed her face and put her makeup on and got dressed, then she left the bedroom and went into the kitchen. After she asked Dave which coffee was her coffee, she sat down. Then Dave sat down too, and they ate their breakfast and drank their coffee. When Dave cooked the eggs, he added salt. But Loretta likes lots of salt on her food, so she seasoned her poached egg with salt. She picked up the salt cellar and shook some salt onto her food. Dave likes pepper on his scrambled eggs, so he picked up the pepper mill and ground some pepper onto his scrambled eggs. Dave ground too much pepper onto his scrambled eggs and the room. You know what happened next, don't you? That's right. Dave and Loretta sneezed and sneezed and sneezed. Finally, Loretta told Dave to open the window. Dave opened the window and after a few seconds, things calmed down again. Dave closed the window and he sat down again. Dave and Loretta ate their eggs and drank their coffee. After she finished her coffee, Loretta drank some apple juice, and after Dave finished his coffee, he drank some mineral water. Dave likes carbonated mineral water, water with bubbles. Loretta prefers still mineral water, water without bubbles. After they finished their breakfast, Dave and Loretta cleared the table. Dave cleared away the dirty breakfast dishes and put them into the dishwasher. So, Dave put the dirty dishes into the dishwasher. Now the dishwasher was full, so Dave put a dishwater tablet into the machine and started the dishwasher. He turned the dishwasher on. Loretta put the salt and pepper back onto the worktop and put the ketchup back into the fridge. After that, Loretta took a damp cloth and wiped the table. She cleaned the top of the table and threw away the crumbs of food that were still on the table. When Dave and Loretta eat bread or toast for breakfast, Loretta always gathers the crumbs from the bed and toast and throws them outside for the birds.
Well, hello people! Hello, it's me, Enid, again. I'm back with some more helpful examples of everyday English. Now, if I remember correctly, the last time we met, we talked about booking a table in a restaurant, didn't we? Well, last night I tried to book a table in a restaurant and things didn't go as planned. Yesterday afternoon, I phoned the restaurant and when someone picked up the phone, I said, "Good afternoon." But when I said, "I'd like to book a table for 2 at 7:30, the man on the other end of the phone said that they didn't have a table free at that time. He said, "I'm sorry, we don't have any tables free at 7:30. All our tables are booked. We're fully booked." I was stunned. I always book my dinner table for 7:30. So, what could I do? Well, in a situation like this, first we don't panic. Then we ask about alternative times. Different times when the restaurant has free tables. I asked the man, "When do you have a free table?" And he replied, "Well, we've got a table for 2 at 8 o'clock and another one at 8:15. Would you like me to book a table for you then?" Did you notice that? The man I spoke to was nice and polite. He asked me, "Would you like?" I then said to the man, "Yes, please. Could you book me a table for 2 at 8 o'clock, please?" The man said, "Of course." And then he said, "What name?" Now, the question, "What name?" is not a very good question. It's only half a question, really. But in the modern world, people who work in restaurants are always busy. So, when you're on the phone to a restaurant, you should expect to hear "what name?" instead of a long question from a textbook like, "Can I ask which name to book the table in, please?" It's possible that one day you'll book a table and the person on the other end of the phone will ask, "Can I ask which name to book the table in, please?" But I think it's more likely that the person will ask, "What name, please?" Anyway, when someone asks you this question, all you have to do is tell them your name. Normally, we tell people our surname. It makes things simpler. So I replied, "Fotherington Smythe. My full name is Enid Fotherington Smythe, you see." After that, the man confirmed what we agreed on. He said, "Okay, that's a table booked for 2 at 8 o'clock this evening in the name of Fotherington Smythe. Thank you for your patience, Miss Fotherington Smythe. We'll see you this evening. Goodbye." I replied, "Goodbye," and then I put the phone down. See? Easy. Now we can book a table in a restaurant when things are a little bit more complicated. Oh, and is that the time? Good Gordon Highlanders, I need to start getting ready. Doodle, pip pip, chitty bye.
Oh, and she's gone. Blimey. Well, that was helpful, wasn't it? Great. Well, that's all we've got time for today. We've come to the end of the lesson. I had fun today. I hope you had fun too. You've been watching M5's English Language Learning Program. Don't forget to check out all the videos at www.m5tv.com. I'm Gav Duncan. I'm not Darth Paul and I'm not Angus MacGyver. I'm Gav Duncan and I'll see you next lesson. See you later. Bye.